India is on a mission to become a Viksit Bharat by 2047, a nation where innovation drives growth, opportunity empowers every citizen, and technology bridges every gap. It's a future where progress is inclusive, sustainable, and proudly made in India. Driving this transformation are India's visionary business leaders of homegrown enterprises who are redefining innovation, inclusion, and growth. From technology to sustainability, from local impact to global reach, they are the visionaries of a Viksit Bharat. TV9 Network, in association with SAP, presents Visionaries of Viksit Bharat, celebrating the minds shaping our nation's future. In this episode, we introduce you to Shrenik Ghodawat, Managing Director of the Sanjay Ghodawat Group, a next-generation leader shaping the future of a diversified Indian conglomerate. Joining the family business at just 19, he has played a key role in driving the group's expansion across aviation, consumer products, education, and renewable energy, while bringing a strong digital-first vision to the organization. He is also the founder of Renome Energy Services, India's leading independent O&M provider for renewable energy assets. This is the story of a leader blending legacy, innovation, and sustainability to redefine the future of Indian business.
Hi, I'm Shrenik Ghodawat. I'm the Managing Director of Sanjay Ghodawat Group. We are primarily headquartered in Kolhapur, and we are trying to build a business from India for the world. I joined the business when I was 19. I just completed my graduation. Born in a Marwadi family, so business is in our blood. And we were taught since we were growing up that, we had to eventually come into business. And it was not alienated to us to get inside businesses, and family business is something we all grew up seeing. What actually propelled that inclusion of myself into the family business for me is more primarily that, what is the cause that we are trying to help or solve for. When I came back and I saw that we are doing multiple businesses which are not only helping grow the local economy but supporting a lot of families as well, that cause actually kind of stayed with me personally. And that's when I decided not to go out again and be in Kolhapur, grow the businesses that we have and build on one by one each of the business streams that we had. So from 19 to 38 today, it's been close to 19 years for me in business now. And if I look back at the journey, what I'm most proud is what we've been able to build from a small family business that I inherited in 2007, from what it is today as a conglomerate which supports more than 12,000 families in total and has close to 20,000 kids that are studying in our university and educational institutions. When I look at this holistically, that is what makes me feel a lot prouder. How I helped in this ecosystem, I think it'll be unfair to say that it's me who did this, because it's actually the hard work of all the 12,000 people that work for the group that have been able to do this. We were very early navigated by my father and our chairman to go on a path which would cause large impact and mass impact. And each of the business streams that we picked up from there focused on creating large employment, using the local resources and local ecosystem that we've built. Today, if you look at our aviation business, or you look at our retail business, or the consumer business, or education, each of them have ingrained with the rural India as a focus. We want to focus on whether it's airline, we are connecting real India. Whether it's education, we are focusing on building schools and universities in absolutely tier 4, tier 5 ecosystems. And whether it's our retail stores, which are probably the first retail store in most of the villages or towns we are opening for. So all of this combined together helps us, focus on that real India, which we call as the rural India today. So I think we've been a very big propagandist of Make in India. For us, it is actually imbibed in our soul and in our blood. Everything we do today, whether it's FMCG, whether it's retail, whether it's aviation, everything is for India. Locally created, locally sourced, and locally built. Every product that we manufactured is built and produced in Kolhapur, and the raw materials for it required are also sourced as locally as we can. So very early we realized that for any industrial group or any conglomerate to grow, you have to create an ecosystem that grows along with it. It just cannot be कि एक factory लगा दी and with that factory Just I am growing and everybody around me is still in that same economical state. So when we look at employment, or when we look at building factories, or when we look at putting in any investment, for us the prima facie goal is that does it help build our economy? Does it help in creating an sustainable ecosystem around our complex, or does it help building jobs or overall value for the stakeholders? So if these parameters don't match, we don't get into those businesses, or we don't expand into those businesses. So like I said again, all our businesses are completely focused on India, but we want to make sure that we build a brand from India for the world eventually, which will help us bring a lot of forex also back into India. When we say 2047, right, it's a milestone set by our Honorable Prime Minister, and if we know what he has done in the last 10 years, he's more or less stayed true to his overall spirit of achieving most of the things that he has set out for. So for us, I think as a group, we want to be that small contributor to that overall large vision that he has. For us, Viksit Bharat means that every employee that is working in our organization is happy. His ecosystem is happy. For us, it means that every product or every service that we deliver from our group is being imbibed and liked by our consumers, and they are able to actually feel that it's a value for money, or value for what they are paying. And lastly, I think, like I clearly said, that if the entire ecosystem is not building together, so whether it's development of the local economy, whether it's the development of our vendors, whether it's development of our distribution partner channels, if all the stakeholders are not developing along with this particular dream, then it's not going to be Viksit Bharat anymore, right? It could be some Viksit conglomerates, but it cannot be a Viksit Bharat. So Viksit Bharat has to focus on entire value chain development within India, and we need to be as self-sustainable as we can through this process of moving into 2047. Time and again, ecosystem has showed us that adhering to the technological advancements and development is very important. And I'm not just saying this because I'm leading a conglomerate, but it's equally important for us to understand today that if we want to compete on the global stage and global arena, it's very important to understand the benefits of AI, and it's also important to understand what are the drawbacks of implementing technological advancements without actually having a blueprint or a roadmap. A lot of people feel, just as a word jargon, we want to use it saying that I'm an AI-enabled organization, right? But very seldomly do we go inside the depth and see whether the implemented AI is actually helping us or is being a deterrent. So when I look at our group's AI roadmap, what we have set up to Vision as a Vision 2030 document, our objective is to enhance the productivity of our people the most. We are not building AI or implementing AI within our organization to replace jobs, but it is to enhance those jobs. So today, if my accounting team is doing their job within 8 hours of a particular time frame, we want to build robotic process automations for them that can do all the basic work that is required by them. And on top of it, we have an agentic AI layer that is built, which can actually work along with them and make them smarter. So every organization needs to understand that it's very easy to implement technology, but to actually bring in the use case and make sure that people don't lose their jobs, or everybody grows along with this particular platform is also equally important. So I think the first and foremost thing we need to understand that if a business is small or big, it does not immediately relate that I cannot do this or I cannot do that. Whether you're running a 50 crore business or you're running a 5,000 crore business, there are basic principles that are required across all of these businesses. I think technology plays a very important role today. Not having a base ERP, like an enterprise resource planning ecosystem, right, actually can demean your growth over a period of time. So if you are focusing on ERPs, if you're focusing on SOPs, and if you're focusing on tying it up in a way that it is not a person-dependent ecosystem, but it's a process-dependent play. So today, if I'm sitting in this chair and I'm running it well, does not mean the next person coming in will also run it the same way. So I feel personally that technology is going to play a very important role for this particular journey. And on top of it, I think we all need to understand that gone are the days when I could sit in one chair and continue to run the business because the dynamism has changed. Today, everybody is looking at speed. If you look at good talent, they want to work for somebody who is more focused, more visioned, and has growth as an aspirational plan. So nobody wants to work for an organization or ecosystem that is just living in its own bubble, saying that this is what we will build and this is what we will create. So I personally feel that for family businesses and for the businesses that are being built from India, technology is going to play a very big role, and having a clear purpose with a strong vision and executional capabilities are going to be the next growth avenue. Very early in our age, we were taught that irrespective of whatever the situation is or in whichever place you are, you don't cheat anybody to build your businesses, you don't cheat anybody to make money, or you don't harm anything to fill your own stomach. I think these are the Jain principles that we've been taught and we've been grown by. So for me, integrity is, I think, at the foremost in the overall thing. Second, I think very important aspect that we all forget is that something as simple as hard work, right? It does not require a lot of skill. It does not require a lot of talent. If you do something consistently over a period of time, you will become very good at it. You know, whether if you run 10 kilometers every day, you sing every day, you try to cook food every day, whatever you do, if you do it consistently, over a period of time, your hard work will pay in terms of success. I think the third most important thing is to have the ecosystem of building a team. So what I realized from my father very early is that it's not me, myself and I. It has to be a team, because that's when, you know, together everybody achieves more. I would urge everybody, whether it's young or old, to focus on your own health, to focus on your sleep, to focus on everything that gives you happiness, because it's one life, and before you realize the life that you're chasing probably may not be the better life than you have what you're living right now. So I would only urge everybody that focus on your health and focus on your sleep, and make sure that the dream that you have does not keep you awake the entire day.
This is yet another inspiring story of entrepreneurial vision and transformation, showcasing how next generation leadership can redefine the future of Indian business.